Welcome, everyone. Today I'll be talking to Jeremy Redleaf, the co-founder at Caveday, a global community of makers that come together to do deep, focused work built with MemberSpace. Jeremy, welcome to the Membership Maker podcast. We're excited to have you here.
Thanks for having me on Team MemberSpace. I'm here.
Awesome. If you're running a membership business, you're likely to have some cancellations and you're going to have to deal with it on a financial level, but also on an emotional level. And that sometimes can be even more challenging. In your experience, what is the best way to approach this?
Yeah, so on our old platform, we had to do cancellations manually. So everyone that needed to cancel had to email us. So our inbox was full, not full, but had a constant stream of cancellations in it. And even though our membership was growing, month after month, it felt very demoralizing to just see the subject line cancel over and over and over again. So what we did was we moved to a customer support ticket program, Help Scout. I think you guys use the same one, and that just took it out of our inbox, and we were able to send an automated note when the word cancel appeared to just sort of let people know that it was coming, and it took the pressure off of us to respond, right away, or fear like people thinking we're taking their money. So that's how that was like a first move we said was like, this is actually affecting us as founders to see, to be seeing this every day when we go to do our other Cave Day business. So that was the first choice we made. The second choice is to really treat it with curiosity and really share that we wanted to grow and we wanted to learn. And even if you don't, even if you didn't like our platform, we really want to get better. So, instead of just saying, again, see you later, what do we do well? What do we do? What would make this more valuable? We created a little Typeform survey, and tons of people have filled it out, and not always positive. People really did, because we framed it as we want to learn. People were really willing to, and again, I think I mentioned this earlier. We were able to turn some of that feedback, one, into new features, but two, into saving customers. So sometimes people would just not understand something. So some people didn't know that you could leave a cave early, and so the membership wasn't valuable enough to them. We could just say, hey, just so you know, you can leave early, or just so you know, we have a special deal for students, or there were just sort of things that would come up over and over again that just by being curious, we were able to find and catch and change. To something positive.
It's a really clever idea and it's smart and it's also true. It's like, yeah, nobody likes to see cancellations, and it's like one of those weird human psychology bugs, right? Where like, even though there might be like three new sign up emails, the one that says cancellation is the one you think about. And it's just like, that doesn't make any sense, but it's how our brains work, unfortunately. So, yeah, I hear you about not obsessing and not figuring out a way to kind of deal with that, because it's going to happen. And you also don't want to like, shut your eyes and not see that there's anyone's canceling. It's important to see. And it's important to learn from it, like you mentioned. I'm curious with the type form idea, was that automated so that when someone canceled, you sent them a message saying, "Hey, sorry you're leaving. Really, we just want to learn how to get better. Blah blah blah. Here's a type form link," something like that.
Yeah, and and it was really important to say, like, take this 2-minute survey. Like, we're not gonna keep you here forever. You got to make sure that it feels doable, and yeah, and so that's just how we did it. Something that comes up is that Seth Godin quote, which is like, you know, if someone cancels, it's not for them, right? Or if someone doesn't sign up, it's not for them. And I think the thing that a maker has to decide is whether it's not for them, or there's some feedback here that's worth changing. Um, so sometimes people will say like it's too expensive, So we have to decide, is this not for them? Is there, can they not extract the value they need, for this kind of user, is this not the right value proposition?
Yeah, and I'm actually also curious with the type form, were you offering any kind of financial incentive to fill it out, or was it just purely, hey, out of the kindness of your heart, give us some, help us get better?
It was framed, no incentive. It was just like, could we have served you better? Sort of acknowledging that maybe we didn't fulfill our promise in some way. And so I think, we had a large percentage of people filled out the form. It wasn't like 10%. So I don't know, maybe we stumbled onto some good framing here, but it was basically, your account's canceled. Is there anything we could have done to do better? We really want to learn. Take this 2 minute survey here, and and a lot of people, because for our business, a lot of people come and go, right? Like, I got a new job and I can't come anymore, or I just need a break, or I'm zoomed out, whatever. And it's not about like I hate you. And so those people were more than happy to share like, no, just not right for me right now. And that's also really helpful information. While we're on Seth Godin, he has another great blog post. It's called "What No Means," and I think it's really helpful in the emotional life of getting a cancellation. So cancellation or no doesn't mean I hate you. I've fully considered your product and I think it sucks, or it's not worth what you're charging, or it's not right for the market. There's no product market fit. It doesn't mean these things. It just means for this person, they might be there might be so much going on outside your knowledge or control, and you shouldn't assume that it's just because something's wrong with your service.
100% agree. And then also, I think by doing this survey and really caring and trying to learn, it also, I think, helps emotionally to be like, because we tell ourselves a story, right? When we see a cancellation, we just tell ourselves a story without any context. Oh, I guess we suck. I guess this isn't going to work. And if you read why they canceled, especially if you get some rich data, some rich information through a type form, you can start to contextualize it and understand. No, I mean, it seems like a lot of people are canceling because maybe they just don't have time, or they're just not ready yet, or they have a financial burden going on, or they're moving, or whatever, whatever. And that also helps you kind of emotionally deal with it. It's like, yeah, life's going on. The world doesn't revolve around your software or your product or your service. Don't take it so personally. Of course, there's things you could do better, again, to make it easy and take less time and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of times, a good percentage of cancellations are out of your control. And it's good to just kind of internalize that so you don't feel like it's a negative thing about you every time you see it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's hard. it's a it's a battle. Um, but but it's yeah. I was once raising. I'm a filmmaker by trade, and I was raising money for a movie. And I had an investor who was, kept meeting, was interested, on the fence, and then ultimately said no. And I just decided to ask why. And he gave me like a pretty definitive no. He said, "Sorry, it's like I just can't get there." And I said, "Would you be willing to share why?" And the thing that he couldn't get there on was actually he misunderstood, and it turned it into an investment. And so, it's if you can get over that pinch that we often have when we feel rejected or abandoned by our customers. It can actually it can even be in better possibilities even there sometimes.
Thanks for taking the time to talk with us, Jeremy. We really appreciate it. Would you like to share any resources or recommendations for folks trying to learn more about Caveday?
Yeah, sure. Come check us out. We're at caveday.org. And if you use the code MemberSpace, you can get a 3 sprint cave for free. Come check it out.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeremy.